GoddamnFitness.com, your number one for research supplements. Why prohormones suck, what they don't tell you. All right, today in this video, we're going to talk about what is a prohormone, what are the different types of prohormones, what are the benefits of prohormones, what are the side effects, what dosages, what are the costs of prohormones, the PCT cycles of prohormones, and I'll give you a conclusion on why they suck. Okay. So prohormones. A prohormone is a psychological and active precursor to a hormone. These are chemicals that convert to hormones, essentially such as testosterone or testosterone-like equivalents in the body. It was originally invented for anti-tumor properties. Over the last 2 decades, prohormones have been used by athletes and bodybuilders as performance-enhancing drugs. They're developed by chemists in the early 90s that were legal at the time that got mainstream popularity. Baseball players and other athletes accredited benefits to them from time to time. Over this time, these gained a lot of scrutiny and even became illegal. The laws are still vague and there's still loopholes that are still utilized today. Today, we have prohormones that aren't as strong as they used to be back in the 90s. The same motivation still exists today where labs alter these chemicals at a molecular level to ensure they fit within the legal parameters. All right, so what are the different types of prohormones? Well, there's many different types of steroid compounds that come from prohormones. The most popular ones are Superdrol, 1AD, M1T, 4AD. There's tons of these guys. So just be aware when you see certain supplements, you might see them in kind of smaller supplement shops that could be potentially illegal or will eventually become illegal when you see these types of names. So what are the benefits of prohormones? Well, the strength and mass properties are supposed to be unreal like Anadrol. They're generally dry compounds that put on little water retention. They can have a lot of good stamina properties, with athletic performance and endurance should be expected to be much better. So what are the side effects? Prohormones are considered to be very toxic, which is why they don't pass safety through the liver correctly. You should really review the dosages, and if you are going to take them, I would advise at least taking some potassium to keep your liver afloat. These chemicals can make you feel incredibly lethargic, even when you're feeling very tired on cycle. So they have a lot of kind of consequences. These drugs can be suppressive to your natural testosterone, even though there's little estrogen side effects, people still report cases of gyno. So other side effects include affecting your endocrine system that enables basic functions, breast enlargement that can happen through gyno, acne can occur, kidney toxicity is a common side effect. Loss of gains is another common side effect, shrinkage of your testicles, and extreme hormone imbalances that can happen to your body. So what are the dosages? Well, it really depends on the type of prohormone you're taking, but they do say between 20 and 30 milligrams is generally where people can handle, but even at 10 milligrams, people might even expect liver issues. So it's advised to do this really slowly. Please consult a doctor before doing prohormones. This is all just for your own educational purposes only. So, I mean, if you have to do them for some really unique reason, a 4-week cycle is advised. Anything longer will have a lot more serious consequences. All right, the general cost, well, generally they're a little bit cheaper than steroids or SARMs. They tend to fluctuate between $30 and $35. Obviously, this depends on the country you're living in. Right. Also, you need to factor in liver supplements as well. So it'll cost you that bit much more if you really want to run them safely. Right, so are prohormones legal? So prohormones were banned actually in 2011, and they're available in the black market generally. So Congress passed the Controlled Substance Act. So they added these precursors into them. And you see all these chemical compounds down below here, what they generally add into them. But they continually keep propping up in the market. So PCT cycle for hormones, yeah, it's very necessary that you do a post-cycle therapy. the chances are that your hormones will be very much out of whack and you really don't know what you're taking. I would recommend Clomid and Novadex after your cycle and have this immediately on hand. Also, NAC and miltistol to help with your liver functions, and a natural testosterone booster to help your natural testosterone get back and resensitize itself. So the dark side of prohormones, well, this is why they suck. There's too many side effects and it's very unregulated. Not to say that research chemicals aren't, but if you find the right manufacturer, you'll see much better results. Prohormones had their purpose once upon a time, but we've moved on. There's much safer compounds available that have way less side effects. So there's little reason to do any prohormone ever. With the availability of SARMs, steroids, peptides, I don't see why you wouldn't use these instead of prohormones. Now, I understand that they were revolutionary back in the day, but these days it's just done by dodgy chemists who are finding loopholes. So, some frequently asked questions. So, can females do prohormones? Well, in my opinion, there's way too many side effects to even consider this. So, I wouldn't recommend it. They consider things like baldness, facial hair, and other masculine qualities. So, these are mostly unwanted features by females. While athletes have been caught, well, there's been a number of athletes caught. All you need to do is Google athletes caught with prohormones. I've listed a few down below. Are prohormones oral or injectable? They can be both actually found, but generally they're found as an oral compound. Can you stack these with other substances? Of course you can, but the side effects will just rise. I mean, your liver is really the most vulnerable part here. Generally, the half-life is 8 to 9 hours, but this varies from time to time. So interesting facts. So they are banned. They're on the prohibited list by WADA and USADA, and they're tested for regularly within athletes. So guys, thank you for watching. I think if you're considering doing prohormones, consider looking into steroids or SARMs or prohormones instead. These is all for educational purposes only. Of course, these do come with side effects. Please do your own research. Some of these are not approved by the FDA and they're not fit for human consumption. So check your local laws by the time you view this video, as they tend to change. Please like the video, subscribe and share if you find it well, and click on our website and our article for the most cutting edge information. You can see the links below. Thanks for listening, guys.